Good afternoon, everyone. We are live from Glass Family Field at Myers Stadium, and it's a beautiful day in Alva, and it's especially beautiful in Alva because we get Rangers baseball today. In fact, today we get two baseball games between the Rangers and the Hillcats of Rogers State. The Rangers are looking to build off of yesterday's 5-1 win over the Hillcats, in which Scott Creedon pitched 5 innings, giving up the one lone home run, and Ethan Swanson and Caleb Honey came out of the bullpen and combined to throw 4 innings, giving up 1 run between the two of them. Offensively, the Rangers were led by Dylan Norson, Marcus Page, and Jose Rubalcaba with 2 hits apiece. The weather is great. We're expecting sunshine in the low 60s for today's game. We're just a few short minutes away from the first pitch. And so here are today's starting lineups. For the visiting Hillcats, managed by Chris Klimas, leading off will be center fielder Christian Merriweather. Batting second will be second baseman Mason Harvey. Batting third and catching will be Jonathan Soto. Batting fourth will be the first baseman from Amarillo, Texas, Skylar Nelson. Batting fifth and playing right field will be Brandon Bradshaw. Batting sixth and playing left field will be Jerry Davis, Jerry Jr. from Arlington, Texas. Batting seventh will be designated hitter Ryan Reed. Batting eighth and playing the hot corner at third base will be Brooks Betcher. Batting ninth and playing shortstop will be Victor Siniceros. And on the mound today for the Hillcats will be Brett Carrillas. Manager Ryan Bowen and the Rangers will counter with leadoff hitter Dylan Norson, who will play right field. Batting second will be shortstop Yugo Hamakawa. Batting third and playing left field will be Dashiell Johnson. Batting fourth and playing the hot corner over at third will be Marcus Page. Batting fifth will be designated hitter Grant French. Batting sixth and playing center field will be Chase Orrock. Batting seventh will be first baseman Parker Bass. Batting eighth and catching will be Jake White, and batting ninth and playing second will be Jose Rubalcaba. The starting pitcher for the Rangers today will be Austin Thomason, a 6-foot senior from Peoria, Arizona. Austin's getting his master's degree in adult education. He's making his Rangers debut today, having formerly pitched at Paradise Valley Community College and Angelo State University in San Angelo, Texas. And we are just a few moments away from beginning. Austin Thomason getting his warm-up pitches in. Christian Merriweather for the Hillcats getting ready to step into the box. We're going to get this thing going. Christian Merriweather went 0 for 3 yesterday with a couple of ground outs. Steps in against the 6-foot pitcher Austin Thomason from outside of the Phoenix area. And here's the first pitch from Thompson. Taken for strike one. One of the interesting things yesterday about Scott Creedon and his performance, he pitched 5 innings but only threw 58 pitches. He worked fast and threw a lot of strikes. Here's the second pitch from Austin Thompson. That's going to be taken for ball 1. Scott did a good job of getting ahead of hitters and keeping them off balance. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's swung on and missed for strike 2. And very quickly, once again today, the Ranger pitchers getting out ahead, at least in the first batter, getting out ahead of the batters. And so it's a 1-2 count to Christian Merriweather. Here's the pitch. And that's swung on and missed for strike 3. That's a nice way to start the game for Austin Thompson. And the first batter he faces as a Northwestern Ranger. He sits down on strikes. So that'll bring up Mason Harvey. Mason playing second base today for the Hillcats. Mason, one of several young men from California. Here's the first pitch to Mason Harvey. That's taken for strike 1. A lot of Southern Californians on the roster for the Hillcats. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Austin Thompson coming out right where Creedon and Swanson and Honey left off yesterday, just coming right after, being aggressive, throwing strikes. So here's the pitch. That's going to be taken for ball 1. So 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. And take that for ball 2. Just a picture-perfect day in Alva for baseball. Glorious weather. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Thompson. That's going to be way outside for ball 3. Mason Harvey doing a good job working the count here. Gets the count full. 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch from Thompson. Swung on and just barely got a tip of it for the stay alive at the plate. Count remains 3-2. So the junior for Camarillo, California gets the payoff pitch. Swung on. Ball hit easy to Jose Rubalcaba. Fires over to first base. Parker Base has got it for the 4-3 ground out.
Now batting the catcher, number 4.
That's 2 outs. I'll bring up Jonathan Soto for the Hillcats. Soto, junior from Fallbrook, California. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's just an easy ground ball to shortstop Hamakawa. Fires over to first. And that's your 3rd out. So 3 up, 3 down to start the Rangers. We go to the bottom of the 1st. Score 0-0. Brett Carrillis will take the mound for the Hillcats. Brett last year appeared in 5 games. He went 1-3. Pitched 26 innings. Struck out 21 and walked 7. ERA of 7.18. I would imagine the Rangers' offensive strategy today will be similar to their strategy yesterday against Jackson Simonsgard, in which they took a lot of pitches, worked the count, drove the pitch count up. They were able to get on them pretty early, scoring a run in the 1st. Dylan Norson getting ready to step into the batter's box. Dylan yesterday went 2 for 5. And there's the final warm-up toss, and the Rangers get ready to take their at-bats against Carrillis. Carrillis is a 6'2" junior from Pacifica, California. Came to Rogers State from the College of San Mateo. So Dylan Norson, the junior from Loveland, Colorado, steps in. He's going to take the first pitch he sees, and it's going to be strike 1. So 0-1 the count, bottom of the 1st. Score 0-0. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Dylan's going to look at that one. That's going to be ball 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Dylan looks at ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Carrillis gets the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. That's going to be inside for ball 3. So similar to yesterday, Rangers at least initially look like they're going to be patient at the plate, work the count, gets a 3-1 count. Here's the windup in the 3-1 pitch. That's going to be high and outside for ball 4. So Rangers waste no time getting a runner on base. That'll bring up shortstop Yugo Hamakawa. Hugo, of course, yesterday also had a nice game. Drew a walk, hit a double.
Hugo Hamakawa.
Hugo, almost a prototypical 2-hole hitter. Makes good contact. Smart hitter at the plate. Here's the pitch. He's going to look at strike 1. Dylan Norson over at first base. Not too much of a lead. Counts 0-1 to Hamakawa. Here comes the pitch from Karillis. You go squared up to bunt, but pulled back. He's going to look at ball one. So 1-1's the count. Karillis just fires back over to first to Dylan Norson. Just let him know he's there. Dylan back easily. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hamakawa fouls that one off. So now you got a 1-2 count. Norson leads off from first. Karillis checks him out. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be inside and low. Gets away from Soto, but not enough for Dylan to advance. So that's going to bring the count to 2-2. 2-2, nobody out. Runner on first, bottom of the first. Score tied 0-0. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on. That's just a grounder to short. Over to second to Mason Harvey. Over to first to Skylar Nelson. That's a double play. So 6-4-3 if you're scoring at home.
Now batting, left fielder number 2.
I'm going to bring up Dashiell Johnson. Dashiell playing left field today, after playing center field yesterday. Here's the first pitch. And Dashiell's going to look at ball one. So 1-0 the count. Karillis, here's the windup and the pitch. Dashiell looks at a strike. The count to 1-1. So 1-1's the count. Here's the pitch. Way outside for ball two. Rangers once again doing a good job of seeing a lot of pitches here early. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Dashiell's going to foul that one off. So that'll bring the count to 2-2. Karillis gets the sign. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Dashiell swings on it, hits a ground out to Siniceris at short. He's going to fire over to first. And that's going to be the third out for the Rangers. So the Rangers get no runs, one walk, no hits. We go to the top of the second. Score knotted up 0-0. Skylar Nelson will lead things off in the second inning for the Hillcats. Skylar yesterday went 1 for 4. He's going to face Austin Thompson. Austin only threw 12 pitches the first inning. Here's the first pitch to Nelson. That gets over for a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike two. Thompson again doing a good job of getting ahead of the hitters. 0-2 here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Oh, he thought about it, but he didn't swing. Looks at ball one. 1-2's the count. And here's the pitch from Thomason. That's going to be inside. He caught him looking. That's strike 3. Totally fooled him on that one. So that's the first out of the second inning for Austin Thomason. That'll bring up Brandon Bradshaw. Brandon playing right field today. Went 1 for 3 yesterday with a home run. He was really the only hard hit ball off Scott Creed in the entire game as he looks at strike 1 there. But the only hard hit ball yesterday against Scott Creedon came off the bat of Bradshaw. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2's the count. Thomason doing a good job early of getting his off-speed pitches over and really fooling these Hillcat hitters. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That's going to be swung on. Little chopper to third, but that's going to be foul. Bradshaw just doing enough to stay alive and get another pitch there. 0-2's the count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high for ball 1. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Thomason. Inside for ball 2. It's a 2-2 pitch. Outside for ball 3. The Hillcat hitter's done a pretty good job of making Thomason throw some pitches. Here's a 3-2 pitch. Oh, and it hit him. Well, so Brandon Bradshaw is going to go to first. That's going to bring up Jerry Davis.
Jerry Davis.
Jerry yesterday had 2 hits. So runner on first now, 1 out. Austin Thomason gets the sign. He's going to call timeout. And here's the first pitch to Davis. We're taking high and inside for ball 1. I don't think Bradshaw's too much of a threat to run. Here's the pitch from Thomason. Low and outside for ball 2. So after really kind of cruising through the first 4 batters of this game, Bradshaw's a little bit of trouble here. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's going to be taken for ball 3. So 3-0's the count. There's 1 out, top of the second. Jerry Davis at the plate for the Hillcats. Here's the pitch. He snuck that one over the outside corner. Strike 1. Thomason with the 3-1 pitch. That's going to hit right back up the middle. Back on him. Wow, what a catch from Chase Orrock. He had to run a little bit, read it well. Well, that's going to be a very nice second out.
So
that's out number 2. That's going to bring up designated hitter Ryan Reed. I feel like that last one maybe got caught up in the wind a little bit. It was hit hard. That's a swing and a miss for strike 1. So 0-1 the count to Ryan Reed. Brandon Bradshaw on first for the Hillcats. No score in the top of the second. 2 outs. And here's the pitch from Thomason. Reed's going to take that for ball 1. Thomason about to throw his 31st pitch. And here's the 1-1 pitch. That's outside for ball 2. Thomason asking for a new baseball, gets it. So Reed will step back to the plate. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Thomason. Fires back over to first. Bradshaw back easily. The count remains 2-1. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that hit Reed. So that'll bring up Brooks Betcher. Brooks playing third base today for the Hillcats.
Third baseman number 24, Brooks Betcher.
So now you got runners on first and second. Still 2 outs. Top of the second. Score tied 0-0. No hits yet for the Hillcats. Both runners on base were hit by pitches. Brooks Betcher ready to face Thomason here. Here's the pitch. That's swung on and missed for strike 1. So 0-1 is the count. 2 outs, top of the second. Thomason gets the sign. Here's the pitch. And Betcher's going to look at ball 1. One and one's the count. And Betcher's going to look at ball 2. Thomason about to throw pitch number 36. 18 strikes, 17 balls. Been a little up and down. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Betcher's going to look at strike 2. So 2-2. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the second. Thomason with a 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. What a huge pitch that is. And Thomason managing to tiptoe his way through that one. The Hillcats get 2 runners on by hit pitches, but they get nothing out of it. And we go to the bottom of the second. The score tied 0-0.
Ranger fans, don't forget to get them while they're hot. Pick up your free Ranger baseball program on the railing behind the stands on the third base side for rosters, stats, and a schedule of upcoming Ranger baseball games.
Leading off the inning for the Rangers will be Marcus Page. Marcus had 2 hits yesterday, scored a run. We're facing Brett Carrillis. And here's the pitch. And Marcus gets hit by that one, so it's the third runner between both teams that have been hit by pitches early on today. That's going to bring up number 20, designated hitter Grant French. Grant went 0 for 3 yesterday, but did have an RBI. Marcus Page leads off first. Here's the pitch from Carrillis. And French is going to look at strike 1. So 0-1's the count. Bottom of the second, nobody out. Runner on first. Carrillis fires back. Marcus back easily. Carrillis checks the runner. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Grand French is going to look at ball one. So 1-1's the count. Chase Orrock on the on-deck circle for the Rangers. Fires back over to first. Page back easily. Infielders playing a regular depth. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Grant French. Marcus takes off, but that ball's going to be out to left field. Davis underneath it, has a beat on it. He makes the catch. Marcus will go back to first. So that's 1 out for the Rangers. That's going to bring up Chase Orrock.
Now batting, center fielder, number 18.
Chase playing center field today. Didn't play yesterday. Had a really nice catch back in the first. Step in to face the right-hander. Carrillis fires back over to first. Very concerned about Marcus Page. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. And that hit Chase Orrock. That's the fourth batter hit today by a pitch, and the Rangers now have runners on first and second with 1 out. Parker Bass coming to the plate. Parker went 1 for 3 yesterday. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Score is 0-0. Bottom of the second. Carrillis checks the runner second. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a chopper foul. So everybody back to their base. Parker Bass gets the sign from Coach Bowen at third. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And Parker's going to hit that one foul down the left field line, back into the Rangers bullpen. So that's going to bring the count to 0-2. So 0-2 is the count. Runners on first and second. 1 out, the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch. And he struck out swinging. So that'll bring up Jake White. Jake catching today. He went 1 for 2 yesterday. He also had 2 sacrifice bunt and a sacrifice fly yesterday. Don't need a sacrifice here, though. Need a base hit somewhere. Here's the pitch from Carrillis. Jake's going to look at strike 1. Oh, 0-1 is the count. Carrillis gets the sign. Here's the pitch. That's swung on. A little pop fly out to second base. Harvey's underneath it. He's going to make the catch, and that's going to be the 3rd out. So we go to the top of the 3rd. No runs on no hits for the Rangers. Go to the top of the 3rd. Score tied 0-0. Well, Victor Siniceris is going to lead off the third inning for the Hillcats. Shortstop went 0 for 3 yesterday with a strikeout. Austin Thomason still on the mound for the Rangers. About to throw his 38th pitch. Breeze to the first, a little more trouble in the second, but here's the first pitch from Thomason. And Siniceris is going to look at strike one. So 0-1's the count. Here's the pitch from Thomason. That's going to be swung on and missed for strike two. Now Siniceris finds himself in a 0-2 hole. Here's the pitch from Thomason. That's going to be swung on and no, I guess he didn't miss it. Just managed to tip it. Siniceris staying alive with that swing. So 0-2 is the count. Here's the pitch from Thomason. That's going to be swung on. Nice little grounder out to Hamakawa. He fields it cleanly, fires over to first, and Parker Bass can't come up with it. That's going to get around, but the runner's not going to advance. Well, Parker Bass had to dig that one out. Couldn't quite come up with it. And we'll see how the official scorer scores it. The official scorer is going to score it an error. So that's going to bring up Christian Merriweather. Merriweather 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging back in the first. Looks at ball one. Runner on first. Nobody out. Counts 1-0 to Merriweather. Siniceris with the lead off. The bunt right back to the pitcher. Thomason fires it to second. He got him. I think he did. So nicely done by Thomason. That's not an easy play to execute. So you'll have one out now. Mason Harvey's going to step up to the plate. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to Rubalcava at second in his first at bat. Merriweather is going to be at first after the fielder's choice. That was a nice play by Thomason. Usually on those plays, the pitcher will just fire it over to first for the easy play. That time fires to second, get the lead runner. And so there's no sacrifice situation. You just kind of trade an out there. Nice shot fielding it too by Rubalcava. Here's the first pitch to Mason Harvey. Harvey's going to look at ball one. So 1-0 is the count. One out, the top of the third. Merriweather on first, takes a moderate leadoff. That ball's going to be swung. That's a line drive hit. That's going to get out and fall down for a base hit. Merriweather's going to hold up at second. Nice job by Dylan Norson to field it cleanly and get the ball in quick. But Hillcats now have runners on first and second, only one out. Jonathan Soto steps in. He grounded out to the shortstop earlier in the game. And really, for the second inning in a row, the Hillcats have managed to get a runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch from Thomason. That ball swung on. Just popped out. Shortstop Hamakawa's back on it. He's got it for the out. So one pitch, one out for Thomason there. And that's going to help things considerably because now you've got two outs. Skylar Nelson, first baseman, steps into the plate. He's 0 for 1. He was called out on strikes earlier. You still got runners on first and second, but much more manageable with two outs. Thomason gets the sign that he wants. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's swung on and missed. So 0-1 is the count. Runners on first and second, 2 outs in the top of the third. Austin Thomason on the mound for the Rangers. Gets the sign, checks the runner at second. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be taken for ball 1. So 1-1's the count. Thomason with the windup. And the pitch. And that's just going to be a little flubber out to third base. Marcus Page, he fires over to first. And Parker Base's foot came off the bag. That throw was just a little bit wide. Pulled the first baseman off the bag, and the runner's going to be safe. Official score is going to rule that the second error for the Rangers today. So now the bases are loaded. You still got 2 outs though. Score knotted up 0-0. Here's the pitch from Thomason. And Bradshaw's going to look at strike 1. Brandon Bradshaw, right fielder, hit by a pitch earlier. One of 4 hitters hit so far today. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Thomason. And Bradshaw's going to look at ball 1. So 1-1's the count. Here's the pitch from the righty. And Bradshaw's going to look at ball 2. So 2-1. Count to Brandon Bradshaw. Here's the pitch from Thomason. And ball 3. So now Bradshaw's worked the count to 3-1. Not a time to walk your first hitter of the game. Here's the pitch from Thomason. And that's going to be taken for ball 4. And so with that, the Hillcats are going to get the first run of the ball game, and they're going to lead 1-0 off the walk to Bradshaw. That's going to bring up Jerry Davis. Jerry Davis flew out on a rocket to center fielder that Chase Orrock managed to run down. Situation's a little different now. Bases are loaded. There's still 2 outs, however. Here's the pitch from Thomason. That ball's hit on a rocket to Marcus Page, but fortunately right to him. Marcus fields it cleanly, runs over to the third, and that's your 3rd out. So, excuse me, Hillcats managed to get a run on 1 hit. And we go to the bottom of the 3rd. The Hillcats leading this one 1-0. Well, Jose Rubalcaba is going to start things off for the Rangers in the bottom of the 3rd. Freshman second baseman for Coach Bowen went 2 for 4 yesterday. So we can get things started here. Here's the first pitch from Cornelius. That ball's hit hard to shortstop, but it's going to be fielded cleanly, fired over to first base by Victor Siniceris. And there's the first out for the Rangers. Dylan Norson's going to come to the plate. He does not have an official at bat in the game, having walked his first time up. Here's the first pitch from Cornelius. Squares up to bunt, pulls back, but that's going to be taken for strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Norson's going to look at ball one. Cornelius, to this point, has been pretty efficient. He's only about to throw his 29th pitch. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. And Norson's going to look at ball two. So 2-1 the count. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be outside for ball three. So for the second time today, Norson's worked the count to a nice hitter's count. We'll see if he gets something he can drive here. Marinac looks in. Here's the windup in the 3-1 pitch. And Norson's going to take that for ball four and draw his second walk. That's going to bring up Yugo Hamakawa. Shortstop for the Rangers, 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to shortstop, grounded into a double play. Shortstop.
Yugo Hamakawa.
We'll see what Coach Bowen has in mind here. See if he'll send the runner or try to get something going with the speed of Norson over at first. Here's the pitch. That ball swung on and hit hard down the right field line, but foul. Hamakawa just a little early on that swing. Of course, with the first baseman over there, Skylar Nelson, holding Dylan Norson, that ball's about 6 feet to the left. That might go for extra bases as hard as it was hit. But as it goes, it's just strike one. Fires over to first. Norson, back easily. Norson with his lead off from first. Here's the pitch from Marinac. Bunted right up the third base line. Perfect bunt. And that's going to get everybody safe. So Hamakawa is going to be safe with a bunt. So the Rangers going to have runners at first and second with one out. Dashiell Johnson comes to the plate. He's over one, grounded out to the shortstop earlier. Norson on second, Hamakawa on first for the Rangers. Really nice bunt by Hamakawa right down the third base line. Here's the pitch from Marinac. And that ball's going to be fouled off. From Cornelius. Marinac was yesterday. Dashiell fouls that one off for strike one. Cornelius gets the sign, checks the runner second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Dashiell lines it. Hard line drive. That's going to get through for a base hit. Here comes Norson. He's going to round third. He's going to score. Hamakawa's going to stay at second. Nice piece of hitting there from Dashiell Johnson to pick up the RBI. Just hard hit ground ball right into the hole over there. And the Rangers have knotted this thing up.
Third baseman, number 6, Marcus Page.
So that's going to bring up Marcus Page. Marcus was hit by a pitch his first at bat. Rangers now have runners again, first and second. One out, score tied 1-1 off the RBI single from Dashiell Johnson. And the Hillcats try a little dipsy-do there, trying to get Hamakawa fooled, but he's not. He's back to second. And Cornelius checks the runner to second. Here's the first pitch to Page. Page is going to take it for strike one. Carrillo's about to throw pitch number 37 here in the bottom of the third. Checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch to Page. Page hits a hard hit ground ball over to second. Second baseman fires it to short for the one out and gets it to first for the second out. That's a double play. That's not a good way to end that inning. But the Rangers do score one on a couple of hits. We go to the top of the fourth. The score tied 1-1.
Guess what, Rangers fans? Pioneer Cellular now offers an unlimited data plan. For just $49 per month, you'll get access to our powerful network with data that's truly unlimited. Watch ESPN in the face, FaceTime with family, stream the baseball game. Go to Unlimited with our Pioneer Cellular Ride Ranger Drive.
Leading off for the Hillcats in the top of the fourth is going to be Ryan Reed. Ryan, the designated hitter today, does not have an official at bat. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Rangers answered in the bottom of the third, didn't pick up a run to tie the game up. Austin Thomason goes out for his fourth inning of work. Here's the pitch. That's going to be taken for ball one. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Ryan Reed's going to look at strike one. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Thomason. That's going to be swung on a miss for strike two. Looks like he took something off that a little bit. Fooled Ryan Reed. So the count goes to 1-2. Here's the pitch. That's swung on a miss for strike three. It's 4 strikeouts on the game for Austin Thomason. That's going to bring up Brooks Betcher. Brooks, one of those strikeout victims, struck out swinging. So he's 0 for 1. Here's the first pitch from Thomason. That's swung on and missed. Here's the pitch from Thomason. And Betcher's going to look at ball one. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be outside for ball two. So 2-1 is the count. Brooks Betcher, there's 1 out in the top of the fourth. Rangers and Hillcats are tied at 1. Here's the pitch from Thomason. And Betcher's going to look at ball 3. So 3-1 will be the count. Nobody on base. Here's the pitch from Thomason. And that's swung on and missed for strike two. Thompson's hit his spots today. He's been really effective. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And Betcher just, well, first base umpire is going to say he did not swing. So he's going to draw the walk. Victor Siniceros is going to come to the plate. He's officially 0 for 1 today. He reached first base on an error. Now Thompson facing Siniceros with Brooks Betcher on first. Still 1 out. One ball game. Top of the fourth. Here's the first pitch. And taken for ball one. Siniceros, another Southern California product. Junior from San Diego. Here's the pitch from Thompson. That's going to be outside for ball 2. See if the Hillcats try to get something going here. 2-0 is the count. Here's the pitch from Thompson. And Siniceros is going to look at ball 3. So now the count's 3-0. We'll see if the Hillcats want to put the runner in motion here. Brooks Betcher over at first on the 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be taken for strike 1. Jake White fires down to first base, but Betcher back in safely. So 3-1 is the count. 1 out, 1 on. Score tied at 1-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Thomason. And Siniceros is going to take ball 4. So that's going to bring up Christian Merriweather. Merriweather's 0 for 2 on the game. He struck out swinging back in the first and hit into a fielder's choice when he tried to bunt a runner over. Coach Bowen's going to take a walk out to the pitcher's mound. Rangers do have a right-hander up in the bullpen. See what Coach Bowen has in mind here. Sometimes the manager will go out just to buy the bullpen arm a little bit extra time to warm up. Going to leave Thomason in here. 1 out, runners on first and second. Thomason will face Christian Merriweather. Score is tied 1 apiece. Top of the 4th. Merriweather shows bunt, now takes it off. Here's the pitch from Thomason. That's going to be taken for ball 1. So 1-0 is the count. Merriweather showing bunt again. Now he's going to step out. Showing bunt again, now pulling it back. Here's the pitch from Thompson. And that's going to be no swing. It's going to be ball 2. So 2-0 is the count. Runners on first and second. Mason Harvey on deck for the Hillcats. Here's the pitch from Thompson. That's going to be swung on and fouled off. It's going to move the count to 2-1. So 2-1 is the count. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch from Thompson. That's swung on and hit out to second baseman Rubalcaba. Makes a diving catch and can't get it out of his glove cleanly, and everybody's going to be safe. I think that the scorekeeper there is probably going to have to score that an infield hit. Rubalcaba did a great job of getting over there to the hole, but just couldn't field it cleanly. I'm not sure he would have been able to throw the runner out anyway, but regardless, the bases are loaded now for Mason Harvey. Here's the pitch from Thomason. Harvey swings and misses. So bases loaded, 1 out. Score tied 1-1. Top of the 4th. Austin Thomason trying to get out of trouble again. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be taken for ball 1. So 1-1's the count. Here's the pitch from Thomason. That's swung on and fouled off. bring the count to 1-2. Thomason can get out of this with a strikeout or a pop-up here. It would really help matters. One and two's the count. Here's the pitch to Harvey. And that's hit right back up the middle. Hamakawa with a diving play, flips over to second for the out. There's one out. And man, now the Rangers have a runner caught a rundown, but he's going to, no, he got him. He's out. What a play from the Rangers. And Thomason gets out of a huge jam there with a double play. And we're going to go to the bottom of the fourth with the Hillcats not having scored in that situation. And the game's still tied 1-1.
Hey, Ranger fans. Next time you're out and about, stop in and see our sponsors who are so vital to all of our athletic programs. Mercy Sports Medicine, Ignite Physical Therapy and Rehab, Alva State Bank, Northwest Chiropractic, NWOSU Division of Business, Pizza Night, Flight Night, Camp Ride, Amaya, Stranger Farm, Bank Central National Association, Community Bank, E&J Financial, Holy Trust, A&S Tire, Divine Water, McDermott and Associates, BDC, and Jarvis and Sons Construction. These great businesses are proud supporters of all Northwestern athletics programs.
'" Designated hitter Grant French is going to lead things off for the Rangers in the bottom of the fourth. Brett Carilius still on the mound for the Hillcats. Grant's 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to left fielder Jerry Davis. Carilius peers in. And here's the first pitch to French. And Grant's going to take strike one. So 0-1 is the count to Grant French. Here's the pitch from Carilius. French is going to look at strike two. A little inside-outside there, or outside-inside from Carilius. Carilius with the 0-2 pitch. Here's the windup. French is going to put a charge into it, but it's going to be foul on the first base line. Hit it well, just needs to hit it fair. So 0-2 is the count. Carilius with the windup and the pitch. And a little flubber out to the... No, they're going to say that went foul. So the count's going to remain 2-2. Two is the count to Grant French. Trying to get something started here for the Rangers in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch from Carilius. And that's going to be tipped foul. So after getting down 0-2, Grant French has fouled off the last three. Just battling. Count remains 0-2. Here's the pitch from Carilius. And French is going to hit that out to first baseman Skylar Nelson. He'll step on the bag for the first out. And that's going to bring up center fielder Chase Orrock.
Center fielder.
Chase doesn't have an official at bat in the game. He got hit by a pitch in his first at bat. Carrillis now 44 pitches thrown, 29 for strikes, 15 balls. Carrillis gets the sign. Here's the first pitch to Orrock. And that's going to get away from the catcher for ball one. So 1-0 is the count. Carrillis with a windup in the pitch. And Chase Orrock checks his swing. And look at ball two. So 2-0 is the count. It's traditionally a fastball count. We'll see if Orrock gets one here. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to catch the outside corner for strike one. So 2-1 is the count. Orrock steps up to the plate. Here's the windup in the pitch from Carrillis. And Orrock's going to look at ball three. So 3-1. Carrillis has struck out one and walked two, hit two. Been pretty effective for the most part. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be hit really high. Davis is going to run on to try to make the catch, and he will get there. Ball just kind of hung up in the air just a little bit too much. Gave Davis a chance to come all the way over and get it. So that's going to bring up Parker Bass. Parker playing first base today for the Rangers. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. Steps in to face the right-hander. Here's the first pitch from Carrillis. Parker's going to hit a sharp ground ball over to Mason Harvey at second. He's going to fire over to Nelson at first, and that's going to be your third out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Rangers. We go to the top of the fifth. Rangers and Hillcats 0-0. So Dylan Van Osbury will take the mound for the Rangers. Closing out the book for Austin Thomason, who went 4 innings. Only gave up the 1 run, struck out 4, walked 3. Nice job by Thomason to put the Rangers in a position to win their second game on the season. And Osbury, senior, 6'3", from Emmitsburg, Iowa. Appeared in 16 games for the Rangers back in 2019. Struck out 39. Leading off for Rogers State will be Jonathan Soto. Soto's 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a fly out. Well, it wasn't so much a fly out as much as a pop up to second baseman Jose Rubalcaba. So Van Osbury will face Soto. Here's the first pitch. And that's taken for strike one. So 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled off for strike two. So 0-2 is the count. And that ball's put right back up the middle for a base hit for Soto. So that'll bring up Skylar Nelson. Nelson's 0 for 2 on the game. Called out on strikes in his first at bat and reached on an error in his second. So here's the first pitch from Van Osbury. And Nelson's going to look at ball one. So 1-0 is the count. And Osbury checks the runner at first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be taken for a strike. Move the count to 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And Skylar Nelson's going to look at strike two. And Osbury coming out, throwing strikes. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fires over to first, and Soto's back. So the count remains 1-2. Pitch from Van Osbury, that's going to be high for ball two. 2-2 is the count. And Osbury checks the runner at first. Here's the pitch. And that's a little looper, but that's going to get over the head of Rubalcaba at second base and get into right field for another base hit. Sort of a soft line drive looper that just fell in. So that'll bring up right fielder Brandon Bradshaw. Bradshaw's not had an official at bat today. He was hit by a pitch his first time up and walked his second time. But the Hillcats now have runners at first and second, nobody out. Top of the fifth, leading this game 2-1. And Rangers try a little trickery there, but Soto is back to second safely. So Van Osbury fires back to second again. That was a little bit more deceptive, but Soto back in at second easily. Rangers getting a left-handed pitcher warmed up in the bullpen. Nobody really warming up for the Hillcats. Bradshaw squares up to bunt, pulls back and slaps it into right center field, and that's going to be some trouble. One run's going to score. Here comes another run. And Bradshaw's headed for third, and he's going to hold up with a triple. So 2 runs come across. It's going to push the Hillcat lead to 4-1. Jerry Davis is going to come to the plate for the Hillcats. He flied out and grounded out. Here's the pitch from Van Osbury. That ball's going to be fouled off. So 0-1 is the count. Van Osbury gets the sign that he wants. Here's the pitch. And Davis is going to look at ball 1. And so here's Van Osbury with the pitch. And Davis is going to look at ball 2. So 2-1 is the count. Runner on third. Hillcats lead this one 4-1. Top of the 5th. Van Osbury. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be hit a chopper. That's going to get through for a base hit. And that's going to score another run as Bradshaw is going to come in to score. Davis is going to have an RBI single. Wasn't much on it, really. Kind of a chopper, but it was enough to squirt through the infield. Push the lead now to 5-1. Ryan Reed's going to come to the plate. He's 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and called and struck out swinging. Jerry Davis now on first for the Hillcats. And catcher Jake White's going to give the sign to the infield. Reed squaring up to bunt. Now he's going to pull it back. Here's the first pitch from Van Osbury. Bunt is on. He gets it up to the third base line. Marcus Page, nice job fielding the ball. Fires over to first, and he got him. So, there's a way to get the first out with a bang. The runner does advance to second, however. So Brooks Betcher will step in. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. Hillcats leading 4-1. Van Osbury fires to second, and just back in is Jerry Davis. So Van Osbury. Here's the first pitch. And Brooks Betcher is going to take strike 1. Victor Siniceros on the on-deck circle for the Hillcats. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Van Osbury. That is popped up to short. Hamakawa over for the easy play. And there's your second out. So Victor Siniceros will come to the plate. He is 0 for 1, reached on an error and walked.
Victor Siniceros.
So runner on second. Hillcats have scored 3 runs here in the 5th, lead the game 5-1. Here's the first pitch from Van Osbury to Siniceros. Siniceros is going to take that ball. So 1-0 will be the count. Van Osbury. Here's a 1-0 pitch. That swung on and popped up. Parker base over. Got a beat on it, and he got it. And there's the third. But the Hillcats do get 3 across. They push their lead to 5-1. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Rangers trailing this one.
follow the Rangers via social media. Get in-game updates and the latest Northwestern news on Twitter at NWOSU Athletics and at Facebook.com/NWOSU Athletics.
Leading off for the Rangers, the catcher Jake White. Jake's 0 for 1, popped up to the second baseman Mason Harvey earlier in the game. Rangers trail this one 5-1.
Catcher number 9, Jake White.
Get some base runners on and get some runs across in this inning. And here's the first pitch. Jake's going to look at strike one. Carilla's still on the mound for the Hillcats. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And Jake's going to look at ball one. So 1-1 is the count. Here's the windup in the pitch from Carillas. And Jake's going to slap it foul. That's going to move your count to 1-2. So 1-2 is the count. Carillas gets the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that just missed for ball. So 2-2 will be the count. Jose Rubalcaba on deck for the Rangers. Carillas gets the sign. Here's the windup and the 2-2 pitch. And Jake White is going to look at ball three. So after being down 1-2, Carillas has now pitched the count full. So here's the payoff pitch from Carillas. And White lifts a fly ball to center field. Merriweather back on it. And that's going to be your first out of the Rangers side of the fifth. Well, that's going to bring up Rubalcaba. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to shortstop earlier.
Number 8, Jose Rubalcaba.
Rangers only managed 2 hits so far in this one. Here's the first pitch from Carillas. And Rubalcaba, grounder out to short. Siniceris with it, fields it cleanly, fires to first. And there's 2 outs.
Back to the top of the lineup. Right fielder number 27.
That's going to bring up Dylan Norson. Dylan does not have an official at bat at the game. He's drawn 2 walks from Carillas. So 2 out in the bottom of the fifth. Rangers trail this one 5-1. Here's the first pitch from Carillas to Dylan Norson. And Norson's going to look at ball one. So 1-0 is the count. Here's the pitch. And that's going to catch the outside corner for a strike. So 1-1 to Dylan Norson. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be outside for ball 2. Carillas about to throw pitch number 62. 38 of them for strikes. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And that's going to be swung on a miss for strike 2. So 2-2 the count. Northwestern steps up to the plate. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Carrillis. And that's going to be fouled off. Carrillis about to throw the 6th pitch of the at-bat here to Northwestern. Count is 2-2. And now it's going to be 3-2. So 3-2 is the count. Rangers trail this one 5-1. Bottom of the 5th. 2 outs. Yugo Hamakawa on deck for the Rangers. Here's the pitch from Carrillis. And Northwestern's going to lift that one to right field. Brandon Bradshaw on the run, but he's got it, and that's going to be your 3rd out. So Rangers go down in order, and we go to the top of the 6th inning. Hillcats 5, Rangers 1.
For your Rangers, number 12, Blake Hoffman.
Well, the new pitcher for the Rangers is going to be number 12, Blake Hoffman. Blake is 6'3", redshirt junior. Redshirt junior from the Colony outside of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in North Texas. Health and Sports Science major. Appeared in 6 games last year for the Rangers where he struck out 19 opponents. So we'll see what the big left-hander can do here. He's going to face Christian Merriweather to start things off. And here's the first pitch from Hoffman. And Merriweather's going to take strike 1. So 0-1 is the count. Here's the pitch from Hoffman. And that's going to be strike 2. Merriweather 1 for 3 on the game. Struck out swinging, hit into a fielder's choice, and hit a single. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Hoffman. And a little flutter back to the pitcher's mound. Hoffman fields it cleanly, fires over to Parker base at first, and that's 1 out.
Second base, number 8, Mason Harvey.
So that'll bring up Mason Harvey. Harvey's 1 for 3 on the day with a couple of ground outs. And a single. So 1 for 3 with 2 ground outs and a single. There, I'll get it eventually. Here's the first pitch from Blake Hoffman. And that's a sharp hit ground ball to second base. Rubalcaba gets it, fires to first. And a 1 pitch out for Blake Hoffman. So that'll bring up Jonathan Soto. Soto's 1 for 3 today. Grounded out. Popped up. Singled.
Now that is number 4, Jonathan Soto.
Blake Hoffman, 4 pitches thrown. He's gotten 2 outs. That's a nice efficiency. Here's the pitch, and there's strike 1. So Hoffman coming in firing strikes. 0-1 is the count to Jonathan Soto. And the big left-hander gets the sign that he wants. Here's the windup in the pitch. And that's going to be swung on and missed. I think he went with something there a little more off speed. Completely fooled Soto. It's going to bring the count to 0-2. So Hoffman gets the sign. Here's the windup in the 0-2 pitch. And he struck him out. Struck him out swinging. So 3 up, 3 down on only 7 pitches for Blake Hoffman. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Rangers trail this one 5-1. Jordan Ewig will be the new pitcher for the Hillcats. Jordan is 6'3", 210-pound right-hander from Fallbrook, California. Came to Rogers State by way of San Diego Mesa College. Last year in 3 appearances, had a 7.2 ERA and 5 innings pitched. Struck out 6 and walked 2. Opponents hit 263 off of him last year. He's going to face the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Rangers. Hamakawa is going to lead things off for us here, followed by Dashiell Johnson and Marcus Page. So Hamakawa is going to step in. He's 1 for 2. He's got one of the 2 Ranger hits on the day. Grounded out to shortstop in the first inning. Beat out a throw for an infield single later. And he'll be the first one to face Ewig. Here's the first pitch to Hamakawa. And he's going to take that for ball 1. So want to know the count. Here's the pitch. And Hamakawa is going to look at strike 1. Hamakawa in the first 2 games to this point is hitting .375. Here's the pitch. He swings and misses. Bring the count to 1-2. So 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch from Ewig. And Hamakawa is going to look at ball 2. So 2-2 is the count. Ewig gets the sign. Here's the windup in the pitch. And Hamakawa is going to slap that one foul. Two and 2 the count. Rangers trail this one 5-1. Here's the pitch. And Hamakawa swings and misses. So that'll bring up Dashiell Johnson. Dashiell's 1 for 2 today with a ground out and a single.
Now batting left fielder number 2, Dashiell Johnson.
Dashiell playing left field today after playing center field yesterday. And here's the first pitch from Ewig. And Dashiell's going to look at strike 1. So 0-1 is the count. Here's the windup from Ewig. And Dashiell's going to look at ball 1. So 1-1 is the count now for Dashiell Johnson, trying to get on base, trying to get something started here for the Rangers in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch from Ewig. And Dashiell gets around on it, puts a nice charge into it. But that's going to be way foul. He gave it a ride. Just rather see that one hit a little bit more to the center of the field, perhaps, or at least into the gap. They're shading him to right. 1-2 is the count. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be outside. Appeal down to the first base umpire. He says that Dashiell did manage to check his swing, so that's going to bring the count to 2-2. 2-2, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. Rangers trail 5-1. Nobody on for Dashiell Johnson. And here's the pitch. And he struck him out swinging. Ewig has faced 2 batters, the number 2 hitter and the number 3 hitter for the Rangers, struck them both out swinging. And that's going to bring up third baseman Marcus Page. Marcus is 0 for 1 on the day. He was hit by a pitch and grounded out to second baseman Mason Harvey earlier. Here's the first pitch from Ewig. And Marcus swings and misses. So 0-1 is the count to Marcus. Here's the pitch from Ewig. And that's a shot out to, and that's going to get through. Nice line drive single from Marcus Page. Gets by Siniceros, and the Rangers have a runner on first. Well, that'll bring up Grant French. Grant's 0 for 2 on the day. Flied out to left field. Grounded out earlier. Runner on first. Here's the pitch from Ewig. Grant sends it right into the hole on the right field side. That's going to get through for a base hit. Marcus Page is going to hold up at second. And the Rangers have something cooking. You don't always have to hit the ball hard. If you hit it to where the fielders aren't, you can get through, you can get on base. That's going to bring up center fielder Chase Orrock. He's 0 for 1. Got hit by a pitch and flied out to left earlier. Rangers have runners on first and second. 2 out. Bottom of the 6th. Trailing this game 5-1. Here's the pitch from Ewig. That's swung on and fouled. Ewig about to throw his 16th pitch of the inning. Ewig gets the sign. Here's the windup and the 0-1 pitch to Chase Orrock. And Chase gets strike 2 there. So 0-2 is the count. 2 on, 2 out, bottom of the 6th for the Rangers, trailing this one 5-1. Who gets the sign he wants. Here's the windup and the 0-2 pitch. Runners take off. That ball's going to get away from Soto. Both runners are going to advance. So now, the Rangers are going to have runners on second and third. The count is now 1-2 to Chase Orrock. He's got an opportunity here to drive in at least one if he can get a ball down somewhere. Cut into that Hillcat lead a little bit. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Uig. And Orrock's going to foul that one off. So 1-2 the count. Runners on second and third. Here's the pitch to Orrock. He lays off. It'll be 2-2. Appeal to the umpire to make sure he checked his swing. He did. So 2-2's the count. Orrock gets the sign that he wants. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And he struck him out swinging. So the Rangers have their opportunities in the bottom of the sixth. Unable to get anyone across. We go to the seventh. It's the Hillcats 5, the Rangers 1. Blake Hoffman will pitch his second inning for the Rangers. Leading off for the Hillcats. In the top of the seventh will be Skylar Nelson. Skylar 1 for 3 on the game. Got called out on strikes, reached on an error, and singled. And here's the first pitch from the big left-hander. Skylar Nelson's going to take strike one. Blake Hoffman in that sixth did exactly what you wanted him to do. He retired the side, very efficient, only threw 7 pitches in that inning. Here's the second pitch. That's going to be swung on and missed. So 0-2 the count to Skylar Nelson. Here's the pitch from Hoffman. And that's going to be swung on. Looks like he's going to get a piece of that. And it's like it might have caught Jake White a little bit, so umpire will go out and have a few words with Hoffman, make sure that Jake is okay. Catcher can be a dicey position sometimes. You get those pitches that kind of get away from you, and it can be somewhat painful. So 0-2 is the count. Hoffman has yet to throw his first ball. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And just as I said it, there it is. So the count goes to 1-2. Hoffman gets the sign. Here's the windup and the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be fouled off. Skylar Nelson staying alive. Channeling his inner Bee Gees. Steps back into the box. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Hoffman. And that's a shot to shortstop. Hamakawa fields it cleanly, fires over to first. Parker base came off, then got back on, and that's going to be an out. So 6-3 if you're scoring at home. Umpires making sure they saw what they saw. Everybody saw what they saw. So there's one out. It's going to bring up Brandon Bradshaw. Bradshaw's really got the big hit of the game with a triple. Here's the pitch from Hoffman. And Bradshaw's going to look at ball one. Bradshaw 1 for 3 on the day with 3 RBIs. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Bradshaw's going to foul that one off. Parker Bay's going to run over there and have a look at it, but just a bit outside his range. So 1-1 is the count. 1 out. Top of the 7th. Hoffman gets the sign. Here's the windup and the 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be taken for ball 2. So 2-1 is the count. Here's the pitch from Hoffman. And that gets over for a strike. So 2-2 to the big right fielder. And here's the pitch from Hoffman. And Bradshaw just manages to get a piece of that. Stay alive in the at-bat. So 2-2 the count. 1 out. Top of the 7th. Here's the windup in the pitch. And he struck him out. The pitch is dropped. Fired over to first base. The easy out. And that's 2 down. So that'll bring up Jerry Davis. Jerry Davis 1 for 3 on the game with a fly out and a ground out. Also had a single. Here's the first pitch from Hoffman. And Davis is going to look at ball 1. 20 pitches now thrown for Blake Hoffman, 16 of them for strikes. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that swung on and missed for strike 1. One and one is the count. Here's the windup in the pitch from Hoffman, and that's going to be fouled off. Back over there in the parking lot. Hope everybody's car okay, especially mine. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Hoffman. That's going to be taken for a ball, so it's going to bring the count to 2-2. So 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. And it's going to be outside for ball 3. Here's the payoff pitch from Hoffman. And that's going to be popped up. Right fielder Dylan Norson back on it, and he'll make the catch. So, 3 up, 3 down for the Hillcats in the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Parker Bass is going to lead us off with the Rangers trailing this one 5-1.
Time to stretch, get on your feet, and Sing along. Take me out to the ball game.
Jordan Uig will continue to pitch for the Hillcats. Bottom of the 7th. He'll face Parker Bass to lead things off. Parker 0 for 2 on the game with a strikeout and a ground out to second. Uig has thrown 20 pitches so far. Here's the first pitch to Bass. Right back up the middle. Great piece of hitting. Ground ball for a single.
Now batting in the 10th is number 9, Jake White.
So Parker Bass gets on with a ground ball right back up the middle for a single. And that's going to bring up Jake White. Jake's 0 for 2 on the game with a couple of fly outs. Rangers have a runner on first. Nobody out in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Jake White is taken for a ball. But 1-0 is the count. Uig glances at the runner at first. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Jake White's going to take that for ball 2. Jose Rubalcaba on deck for the Rangers. 2-0 is the count to Jake White. Here's the pitch from Uig. And he's going to look at strike 1. So 2-1 is the count. Runner on first. Here's the windup and the pitch from Uig. And Jake's going to look at ball 3. So 3-1's the count. Uig checks the runner at first. Here's the 3-1 pitch. And Jake White's going to look at ball 4. So the Rangers now with runners on first and second. Rubalcaba steps up to the plate. He has grounded out twice to the shortstop. See if the Rangers can get something going here. Get a runner in a scoring position. See if they can't chip away at this lead a little bit. Haven't scored since the 3rd. The Cats do have somebody up in the bullpen. Uig glances at the runner at first, fires in, and that's going to be strike 1 to Jose Rubalcaba. Oh, and 1 is the count then. Uig glances at the runner at second. Here's the windup in the pitch, and that's swung on and missed for strike 2. If you're going to get out here, you want to have a productive out, meaning you want to be able to at least advance the runners. 0-2, it's time to just protect the plate as best you can. Here's the pitch from Uig. And that's going to get outside. That's going to get away from Soto. And now the Rangers are caught in a rundown. Jake White's going to be tagged out. But meanwhile, Parker Bass is going to advance to third. So the Rangers now have an out. The count is still 1-2 to Jose Rubalcaba, but you've got a runner on third. Opportunity here to push a run across and start chipping away. That's going to be outside for a ball. So now your count's going to go to 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Uig. That's going to be hit right back up the middle for a base hit. That's going to score Parker base. And Rubalcaba with a nice piece of hitting there to plate the runner. So that's going to bring up Dylan Norson. Norson's 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a fly out to the right fielder, Brandon Bradshaw. But the Rangers now have plated 1 in this inning. Chipping away at that lead. It's now 5-2 in favor of the Hillcats. You got Jose Rubalcaba at first. Dylan Norson at the plate. Still only 1 out. Here's the pitch moving. Fires back over to first. Uig checks the runner. Here's the pitch. And Norson fires it to second base. Only going to have time for 1 play, but then Mason Harvey does manage to field it. And there's your second out. Ball not really hit hard enough to get the runner at second. So the Rangers now have a runner on second, but 2 outs. Hamakawa steps up to the plate. He's grounded out, singled, and struck out. But you got another runner in scoring position. Uig checks the runner. Here's the pitch to Hamakawa. Hamakawa, first pitch swinging. Fouls it off. So 0-1 is the count. Uig gets the sign that he wants, checks the runner to second. Here's the pitch. Hamakawa with a bouncing ground ball over to first base, and Skylar Nelson's going to field that easily and step on the bag for the third out. But the Rangers do get 1 across, chipping away at that lead. It's now 5-2. We go to the top of the 8th.
Stage 5, Rangers 2.
Blake Hoffman returns for his 3rd inning of work. A very effective job as relief pitcher today. Held the Hillcats scoreless so far. Thrown 25 pitches, 19 of them for strikes. He'll face Ryan Reed to lead off the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch from Hoffman. And Reed's going to take ball 1. So here's the 1-0 pitch to Reed. And that's going to be a shot back to second. Nice play from Rubalcaba. Fires it over to first and Parker base. And that's one out. What a nifty play from Rubalcaba, who's made several over the last 2 games.
Up next for the Hillcats.
So that's one out for the Hillcats. That's going to bring up Brooks Betcher. Betcher's 0 for 2 with a walk. Struck out swinging and popped up to the shortstop earlier. The first pitch from Hoffman to Betcher is a strike. Both teams with 6 hits. And just a little excuse me swing there. Marcus Page up with it. Fires to base, and there's 2 outs. So that's 2 outs for the Hillcats. That'll bring up Victor Siniceros.
Now batting number 29, Victor Siniceros.
Siniceros is 0 for 2 on the game with an error, a walk. Popped up to first baseman Parker base for the Rangers. Blake Hoffman still really efficient in this game. Here's his first pitch to Siniceros. And that's strike 1. So 0-1 the count to Siniceros. Here's the pitch. And that's fouled off. Bring our count to 0-2. So 0-2. Here's the windup in the pitch from Hoffman. And ooh, that was close, but that's going to be ball 1. So here's the 1-2 pitch to Siniceros. And there's another little excuse me swing. And Rubalcaba with the well, it's not diving, but the leaping catch at second. And that's your 3rd out. 2 really nice defensive plays from the freshman second baseman. And the Rangers are going to go to the bottom of the 8th, only trailing 5-2.
Number 43, Vinny Rizio.
Well, on to pitch for the Hillcats will be number 43, Vinny Riggio. Vinny, a junior from Windsor, California. Last year had 5 appearances, an 0-1 record. Pitched 5 innings, gave up 8 earned runs, struck out 7 and walked 6. And he's going to face the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Rangers. Stepping in will be Dashiell Johnson. Face the right-hander. Dashiell's 1 for 3 on the game with a ground out and a single. And here's the first pitch from Riggio. And Dashiell all over it. That's a fair ball down the third base line. That's going to be extra bases. Davis just now getting to it. And Dashiell's going to hold up at second with a leadoff double. That's a good way to start the inning. Dashiell was all over it. Whatever he was looking for, he got, because he put a charge into that one and he could not have placed it better. So the Rangers now with a runner on second. Marcus Page is going to step up. He's 1 for 2 with a ground out and a single. See, the Rangers get something cooking here in the bottom of the 8th. Riggio checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be strike 1. Marcus with a golden opportunity here to pick up an RBI and really start planting some seeds of doubt in this Hillcat team. Riggio checks Dashiell Johnson at second. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be taken for a ball. So 1-1's the count. Riggio, here's the pitch, and Marcus is going to pop that one up. Third baseman Brooks Betcher's got a beat on it, and he will get it. And that's the first out. Sometimes you get over there and those pop flies can really cause you some problems because of the wind. And that time Brooks Betcher managed to hang on to it. That's going to bring up Grant French for the Rangers. Grant is 1 for 3 on the game with a single and fly out to left earlier in the game where he squared it up, just didn't quite get enough of it. And so with 1 out and a runner on second, Grant French in to face the right-hander, Vinny Riggio. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be taken for ball 1. Chase Orrock for the Rangers in the on-deck circle. Riggio gets the sign that he wants. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Oh! Grant was going to send that one out to Ryerson Hall. Didn't quite get it. So that's going to bring the count to 1-1. So 1-1 is the count. Runner on second. 1 out. Rangers trail 5-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Vinny Riggio on the mound for the Hillcats. Here's the pitch. And French is going to look at strike 2. So 1-2 is the count. Riggio gets the sign. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. And French lays off. It's going to bring the count to 2-2. Here's Riggio with the 2-2 pitch. And he struck him out looking. Well, so that's your second out. That's going to bring Chase Orrock. He's 0 for 2 on the game. He got hit by a pitch seemingly long time ago, but back in the second inning. Flied out to left fielder Jerry Davis and struck out swinging. So 2 outs now, still a runner on second. Chase Orrock in to face Vinny Riggio. Riggio checks the runner to second. Here's the pitch. And that's a curve that didn't didn't quite curve enough. Orrock takes it for ball 1. Parker base on the on-deck circle for the Rangers. Riggio sets, checks the runner, checks him again. Here's the pitch. And Orrock's going to foul that off. Bring the count to 1-1. So 1-1 is the count. Riggio with the sign. Checks the runner. Here's the pitch. And Orrock's going to look at strike 2. Here's Riggio with the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So the Rangers get a leadoff double but aren't able to get him home. We go to the top of the 9th. Rangers trailing this one 4-2. Pitching for the Rangers is going to be number 28, Connor Gibson. Connor's 6'1" sophomore from Emmett, Idaho, where he pitched for the Huskies, earning first-team All-Conference and All-Academic for the state, majoring in biology, enjoys hunting, fishing, and playing the saxophone. So we'll see what the big 6'1" right-handed pitcher can do here for the Rangers. He's going to face Christian Merriweather, and the first pitch is going to be a ball. Merriweather's 1 for 4 on the day. Struck out, hit into a fielder's choice, singled and ground out. Second pitch to Merriweather is going to be a strike. Here's the windup from Gibson. And there's going to be ball 2 to Christian Merriweather. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And Merriweather's going to slap that foul. So the book is going to be closed on Blake Hoffman, who pitched 3 innings. Shutout ball. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Merriweather. And Merriweather's going to swing and miss. That's going to be your first out.
Second baseman, number 8.
Mason Harvey's going to step up to the plate. He's 1 for 4 with a single. See what he can do against the big right-hander for the Rangers. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be inside for ball 1. Jonathan Soto on deck for the Hillcats. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to get over for a strike. Here's a 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be slapped into right field for a base hit. Mason Harvey's second hit of the day. Jonathan Soto is going to come to the plate for the Hillcats.
Number 4, Jonathan Soto.
Soto's 1 for 4 with a single. So runner on first, 1 out, top of the ninth. Rangers trail this one 5-2. Gibson fires over to first, but Harvey's back in time. Here's the first pitch to Soto, taken for ball 1. Gibson gets the signing once, checks the runner, fires over to first. Once again, Harvey back safely. Gibson checks the runner. Here's the pitch. That's swung on and missed. So that'll bring the count to 1-1. It's the junior from Fallbrook, California, Jonathan Soto. 1-1 is the count. Here's the pitch. And that hit him. No, the umpire's going to say it didn't hit him. Well, Soto took off like it hit him. But the fellow down there in the black shirt, gray slacks, it's his opinion that matters. And he says it didn't. It's going to be a ball, though, so it's going to bring the count to 2-1. Gibson gets the sign, fires back over to first. Mason back safely. Gibson, here's the windup in the pitch. And Soto's going to put a charge into that one. Back onto this Dashiell Johnson. He's not going to have enough speed quite to get there. That ball's going to go off the wall. And Soto's coming around to score. Mason Harvey, coming around to score. And here's the throw. And the tag is there, and he's out. And goodness gracious, what a play from the Rangers. Mason Harvey thrown out. And that's pretty good. Soto, however, doubles.
Now that is first baseman number 21, Skyler Nelson.
So Skyler Nelson's going to step into the plate. And Skyler Nelson just slapped that one foul. So 0-1 is the count to Skyler Nelson. There's 2 outs, top of the ninth. Hillcats leading this one, 5-2. Here's the pitch. And Nelson will take that for a ball. So 1-1 the count. Runner on second. Connor Gibson with the pitch. And Skyler Nelson will look at that for ball 2. Gibson gets the sign. Checks the runner to second. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Count is 2-2. There's 2 out. Top of the ninth. Runner on second. Rangers trailing this one 5-2. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. Bring the count full. Connor Gibson about to throw pitch number 18. here in the ninth. Nelson steps into the box. Here's the payoff pitch from Gibson. And he walked him. Ball 4. So that's going to bring up Brandon Bradshaw, the most effective hitter against the Rangers so far in this series. Homered yesterday, tripled today. Runner on second and first. 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Gibson. Bradshaw's going to look at ball 1. Gibson gets the sign, checks the runner to second. Here's the pitch. High and inside for ball 2. So 2-0 the count. Runners on first and second, 2 out in the top of the ninth. Here's the pitch. That's swung on and missed for strike 1. Jerry Davis on deck for the Hillcats. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Gibson. And Bradshaw's going to look at ball 3. So 3-1 the count. And here's the pitch. From the inside for ball 4. Well, that's going to bring up Jerry Davis. Davis is 1 for 4 on the day with a single.
Now batting number 44, Jerry Davis.
So here's the first pitch from Scott to Davis, and Davis is going to foul that one off. So strike 1. Gibson. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 2. Now the count is 0-2. There's 2 outs. Top of the ninth, bases loaded. Rangers trailing this one 5-2. Gibson gets the sign. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And there's going to be ball 1. Gibson with the 1-2 pitch. And Davis is going to foul that one off down the third base line. So the count's 1-2. Here's the pitch. And a little flubber. Marcus Page racing up to grab it. Fires over to first, but it's not going to get there in time. That's going to be an infield single for Jerry Davis. Meanwhile, another run is going to cross the plate. And the Hillcats are going to extend their lead to 6-2.
Now batting designated hitter number 7, Ryan Reed.
So Ryan Reed will step to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Jerry Davis didn't hit that ball really hard, but didn't have to. Reed's going to foul off the first pitch. Page did a nice job of fielding it cleanly and getting the ball to first, but Jerry Davis with pretty good speed beat it out. And now Reed's going to hit one out to left field, and Dashiell Johnson's going to come on and make a diving catch. It's going to stop the Hillcat advance a little bit, but the Hillcats do get 1 run. They lead this one 6-2. We're going to the bottom of the ninth.
Number 19, Octavio Sanchez.
On to pitch for the Hillcats, number 19, Octavio Sanchez. Sanchez, 6'1", 180-pound sophomore from Chula Vista, California. First year with the Rogers State Hillcats, having previously pitched at Southwestern College. And he'll face Parker Bass. Parker's 1 for 3 on the day with a single. So we can get something started here for the Rangers, bottom of the ninth. First pitch is inside and low for a ball. Sanchez. Parker Bass swings and misses. Bring the count to 1-1. Here's a 1-1 pitch from Sanchez. And Bass looks at strike 2. So 1-2 the count. Nobody out at the bottom of the ninth. Rangers trailing this one 6-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Sanchez. And Parker Bass just manages to foul it off to stay alive. So 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Sanchez. And Parker Bass is going to look at ball 2. So 2-2 is the count. Bottom of the ninth. Parker Bass at the plate. Nobody out. Rangers trailing 6-2. Here's the pitch. Bass is going to hit that one right back up the middle. It's going to be fielded cleanly by Harvey, and Harvey gets him. Bass dives or slides into first base, but not going to be quite quick enough. Mason Harvey with a nice play there. So Jake White will step to the plate for the Rangers. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk.
Jake White.
And here's the first pitch from Octavio Sanchez to Jake White. Jake turns on it, hits it high and deep. Is it going to stay fair? And it is not. He didn't miss it by much. Got a hold of it. Just couldn't keep it fair. So that is a very loud strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. White fouls it off. Bring the count to 0-2. Here's the pitch from Sanchez. That's going to be high. Bring the count to 1-2. Jose Rubalcaba on deck for the Rangers. Trailing this one 6-2 in the bottom of the ninth. Only one out. Here's the pitch from Sanchez. And Jake White is going to swing and miss, and the ball fired down to first base. And there's your second out. So that's going to bring up Jose Rubalcaba. Jose 1 for 3 today. A couple of ground outs and a single. Rangers down to their final out here. Dylan Norson on deck, hoping for a shot at it. Here's the pitch from Sanchez. And Rubalcaba is going to look at strike 1. So 0-1 is the count. Sanchez sets. Here's the pitch. Inside for ball one. Sanchez with the 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And Rubalcaba hits it sharply to short, but Siniceros is there, fires to first. And Skylar Nelson with the tag of Rubalcaba, and that's going to end this one. Rangers drop the first in this doubleheader by a score of 6-2. Invite you to stick around with us. About probably half an hour or so, we'll get the second game underway. The Rangers drop this one. So we'll see you here in a little bit.